You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. It's time for our Week 3 preview. We're going to start off with Know Your Foe. Get to know the Seattle Seahawks, what happened last week, and what can the New Orleans Saints do in order to take them down at Lumen Field. We're going to dive into the latest injury news. The injury report has dropped. Already have a player ruled out. Some keys to victory, some score predictions, and it's going to be a really, really exciting video. For what it's worth, the New Orleans Saints are debuting the icy white helmets. Goodness gracious, these things are fresh. I think they are so beautiful. In my opinion, some of the best helmets in the entire league, arguably all of football at any level. If you're pumped up to see the icy white helmet football in action, these helmets, so sick. Drop a like, and for what it's worth, even if we lose, at least we'll look good doing it. Now, Week 2 recap. We'll get to know our foe in just a second. Let's know our own woes, if you will, because last week the New Orleans Saints suffered their second consecutive one-possession loss, this time to the San Francisco 49ers. Final score 26-21. The story was self-inflicted wounds, penalties, third downs, missed opportunities, dropped passes, missed field goals. I mean, the New Orleans Saints continuously prove they are their own worst enemy, and they continuously, week in and week out, show that they know how to beat themselves better than any other team out there. Spencer Rattler, want to say congratulations to him because he had a really, really good day. His first multi-touchdown game of his NFL career, finished the day with two touchdowns. He had two or three? He had three, yeah. He had 3 touchdowns, which was absolutely awesome, and did not throw an interception. Yeah, because he has 3 touchdowns on the season, 0 interceptions. Really excited for Spencer Rattler to continue to show good football. And then the defense on third downs, that was their kryptonite. Could not get off the field, especially on third and beyond the sticks, or 3rd and 7 and longer, really. But third and beyond the sticks was an absolute joke for the New Orleans Saints. Mac Jones had a crazy good day. He looked like he was Tom Brady in Kyle Shanahan's offense, and it was absolutely a joke. Now, the Seattle Seahawks, they are coming off of a win over Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Played in Pittsburgh. They walked into their stadium and walked out with a win. Jackson Smith in Jigba, Kenneth Walker, Sam Darnold, all 3 of those players on the offense had phenomenal outings. They outscored Pittsburgh 24-3 in the second half, which is why they were able to walk away with a very clear and very commanding victory. The defense yesterday has been, or not yesterday, the defense last week finished with 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. They limited to the Steelers' offense to a total of 267 yards. And for what it's worth, context, Spencer Rattler had just over 200 yards of passing in Week 2. So the Seattle Seahawks defense, Mike McDonald, has absolutely locked in. Clint Kubiak is the OC for Seattle. So that's a familiar face to us Saints fans. Now, the injury report for Week 3 has recently been updated. We're filming this on Thursday. We do not have the Seattle Seahawks designations in quite yet, but we have updates for the New Orleans Saints. A few ones that are notable. Dylan Radins, the offensive guard, has already been ruled out. He will not travel with the team. He suffered a toe injury. Talese Fuaga, for the second day in a row, did not participate. He's dealing with the knee/back injury. The back injury is the newer one. The knee injury was something that he was dealing with last week, but from what I understand, the back injury is really what's concerning right now, but he is also dealing with that knee injury for what it's worth. Chase Young has not participated yet again since Thursday of Week 1, which is really, really frustrating. Trey Palmer, he was downgraded from a limited participant to a non-participant. Trevor Penning did practice for 2 days in a row, which is good news. Looks like he's trending in the right direction. He needs to get back out on the field ASAP. And wide receiver Devon Vele has a hip injury. He recently was added to the injury report, and he was a limited participant on Thursday. For what it's worth, of course, we don't know who all will be out, who all will be active until right before the game or even on Friday, but be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any updates, because if there is anything notable, we'll make sure that we inform you here on the channel. Now, Chase Young needs to get back on the field. I'm really, really frustrated because Chase Young is a player who's making $17 million a year. Signed a 3-year, $51 million contract this offseason. Was expected and signed to be the guy on the pass rushing unit. Was signed to be the alpha and be the leader and be the one who takes over in that regard. It's pretty impossible to take over if you're not playing. And I'm a firm believer, the best ability is availability. And by no means am I trying to sit here and say this is all Chase Young's fault and I hate him and I don't want him on my team. That could not be further from the truth. I don't think cutting Chase Young, I think trading him makes any sense right now. It just doesn't make any sense. What I will say is it's really, really frustrating when there's a player who has traditionally had some injury history play a full season last year, and then as soon as he signs a lucrative contract, you fast forward and he's not on the field. I'm not saying and I'm not accusing him of stealing money from the New Orleans Saints. I'm not accusing him of saying, I got my money, now I'm not playing. That is not what I am saying. I am simply stating that it is a frustrating situation as a Saints fan. I hope he can get on the field soon. I hope he can play fairly quickly because originally this was believed to be a non-serious injury. He even laughed and, wrote off the idea of, hell no, this is not going to keep me off the field for a while. Well, we are now at risk of 3 consecutive weeks where he's not on the field, and it's starting to come to a point where it's getting really, really frustrating as a fan. Now, obviously, the New Orleans Saints are not going to be favored in this matchup. Lumen Field, one of the hardest places to play in the league, gets really, really loud when you are playing in front of the 12s. Seattle right now is 7.5-point favorites. I do think that the New Orleans Saints are a team that will be covering the spread. 7.5 feels like it's an easy spot for the New Orleans Saints to try to slide in there. I don't think they'll win, but I think that they'll cover. Remember, good teams win, but great teams cover the spread. And I'm here to tell you that the New Orleans Saints, for 2 consecutive weeks, have brought it down to the wire. I think this could be yet another week where the New Orleans Saints are able to keep this within reach for a victory. Now, I will encourage you to subscribe here to the channel. Saints Now by Chat Sports, we recently have picked up 174 subscribers just this week, which I think is pretty dang cool. Seahawks today, though. Shout out to my guy, Will Ortner. They're kicking our teeth in. 206 subs this week. I want you guys to know a little bit of inside information. I'm putting out another preview later in the week with Will Ortner. He had some, pretty crazy things to say about the New Orleans Saints, so help me prove that the Who Dat Nation is better than the 12s. Subscribe today and show off who is the better fan base in all of sports. Now, still to come, we have to dive into our keys to victory. I'm going to give you my keys to victory. Lopez is going to give you his keys to victory. And we, of course, have to dive into our score prediction. But really quickly, we got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is none other than Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in the whole wide world. This episode of Saints Now by Chat Sports, brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I, we make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss out on any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's always good to be right. If you download the app, use code CLNS, you can get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks puts their user first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. In terms of some projections I'm rolling with for this matchup, I got Chris Olave more on the receiving/rushing touchdowns. Same thing with JSN. I think both young receivers, both young pass catchers will be able to find the end zone. So I am going to try to lay some money down on these demon selections, meaning it's a little bit harder for them to hit, but the payout makes it so much more worth it. So go check out these picks, fade them, tail them, don't care what you do, just do it over on Prize Picks. It's the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are having bad games? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your ball knowledge into cold, hard cash. Download the Prize Picks app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. All the information is available in the comments and description of this video. Shout out to Prize Picks. Run your game. All right, let's dive into our keys to victory. I'm going to bring on my producer, Loco Lopez. We're going to have a conversation just kind of talking about each of our keys to victory. I have 3. Lopez has 3. We normally only do 5, but I thought this would be a fun way for you guys to not just see what I think, but see what Louisiana native Nick Lopez has to say about this matchup. So first things first, Lopez. I think the New Orleans Saints, if they want to find a way to win, they need to stop beating themselves. The self-inflicted wounds are a huge, huge problem. And that isn't just limiting the penalties. It's getting stops on third downs. It's converting field goals. It's catching the passes when they come your way, especially if it's hitting you in the chest, going through your hands. Make the damn catch. Really not asking for too much there. Quit beating yourself. You got to stop being your own worst enemy, because this is a team and a roster that's just not good enough to continuously dig themselves out of holes. They can stick around and be scrappy and fight, but I don't think that this is a team that's good enough to truly take that step and be able to take over if they already are playing from behind in a deficit. Number 2, I think winning the turnover battle is big.
100%.
Dude, how many interceptions have we had? 0. Like,
how many turnovers have we had in general? Has there been a fumble recovery?
There's been a fumble recovery, because remember, Demario Davis recovered a fumble on a strip sack from Chris Rumpf against the 49ers.
True.
But I don't think there was a turnover in week 1, if I remember correctly.
I don't think so.
I don't think there was a turnover forced.
It was a clean game for both.
Yeah, it was an overall very clean game for both offenses. Unless I'm misremembering, and I don't think I am, You got to win the turnover battle. The Seattle Seahawks, in case you guys didn't know, they force a lot of turnovers. Like I said, 2 interceptions against Aaron Rodgers. They have 4 so far in the season. New Orleans Saints got to find ways to turn the ball over. They got to find ways to get after it. And I don't know if that means they got to take out Isaac Yiadom, or if that and put in Quincy Riley, or if they need to bring more pressure, bring less pressure. I don't know what it is, but
they have to steal a possession.
You got to steal one at least. When you're walking into Lumen Field in Seattle, notoriously loud and difficult place to play. As the away team that is already at a severe disadvantage, you have to walk in and take away a possession, no questions asked. Otherwise, I don't think I don't think you can win this game without forcing at least one turnover. And I'm not saying you have to force a ton of them. If you force one and we give 0 away, then that's winning the turnover battle. Yeah, I think your odds increase. Exactly. So win the turnover battle, quit beating yourself, finish those drives too. Like, that's the frustrating thing, is that when you get the ball back, finish the freaking drives.
Talk about that in mine.
Oh, yeah. We're
talking about that in mine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is the other one, stopping the run. The Seattle Seahawks, really, really good rushing offense. Zach Charbonnet did not participate in practice earlier this week. Will Ortner, host of Seahawks Today, expert at Chat Sports of all things Seattle Seahawks. He said that Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, the rushing attack as a whole is one of those in Seattle that is a huge, huge factor in the offense. Clint Kubiak leaning on the run heavily. Obviously, Sam Darnold is one of those quarterbacks that, depending on the week, can be really, really good, could probably also not be that great. But if you can take away the run game and make Sam Darnold try to throw the ball, bring that pressure, he's not somebody who evades pressure that greatly. If he can stay upright in the pocket, he can do some good things. But if you can take away the rushing attack and you can bring pressure, then I think that it really, really helps out the defense in getting stops against Sam Darnold and JSN, Kenneth Walker, and the rest of that offense that does have a lot of firepower. Remember, Clint Kubiak is the OC over there, so he's going to be calling plays, and we all know he's going to want to run the football a lot. Last year, Alvin Kamara, most carries he's had in his career, most rushing yards in his career. They're going to run the football. They are going to run the rock. You got to stop it. Those are my 3 keys to victory. Quit beating yourself, win the turnover battle, stop the run. What do you think about those?
Kind of touched on that last stop the run one. One positive, Sam Darnold's not going to beat you with his legs.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints, kind of like LSU in the past, make a running quarterback look like the next coming Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Well,
Sam Darnold's not going to do that.
And here's the thing, is when you're putting on that pressure, you got to, get home. I'm tired of seeing you get an arm on their shoulder, you get an arm on them, and you grab their jersey, and then they slip away and have just enough time to hit the check down and run it for 12 yards because it's a broken play. You got to get home, and you got to finish your dinner. That's just the facts. You cannot win this football game if you are not doing that. And exactly to your point, Sam Darnold's not going to beat you with his legs.
No, he's not taking off.
No, and and I'm confident he's a player that if you hit him in the mouth enough times, or you lay it on him a few times, he'll start getting scared. He'll start getting those twinkle toes, a little happy feet, and you can certainly do something with that. Lopez, 100%. I want to go through your 3 keys to victory next. I'm going to let you take the mic on this one and share your thoughts on this.
Keeping it simple with mine. Number 1, Rattler, continue to play well. Spencer Rattler has not been the problem with the Saints this year. He is not the reason they're 0-2. Continue that. We're not asking Spencer Rattler to be an elite quarterback. Just be the reason the Saints don't lose the game.
Give him a chance.
Yeah.
Just give him a chance. That's all I'm asking.
Play clean football, get about 200 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
That's not asking for anything crazy. You're an NFL quarterback at the end of the day. You should be more than capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Number 2, get the offensive weapons going early. We haven't seen much from Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed just yet. Mm-hmm. The offense needs to be a little bit more aggressive. I want to see a couple more deep balls down the field.
Yep.
Make that defense scared.
We need a big explosive play.
Yeah.
You need to take the top off and really open up the energy of the offense. And I think you bring up a really, really good point. We got to get 1,000 or 100-yard receiver in one of these games.
We haven't even been close.
Haven't even gotten close. So, of course, you put a little bit more clean and consistent football out there, that naturally solves itself. But you need your playmakers to make plays.
Yeah.
Chris Olave, 0 touchdowns this year. Rashid Shaheed had that insane one-handed catch, and he had the touchdown, which has been great. But
they didn't attack deep after
we
that.
have not
Literally
seen
first play last week. They
nope,
go deep.
We haven't seen the
deep.
We haven't seen the deep ball connect. It feels like he threw that interception to Will Johnson, got called back, and Rattler got or I don't know if it was Rattler or Kellen or who, but somebody within the team and then within the offense got scared and was like, "We're not doing that anymore." And I'm like, "That's actually
That's not how that works."
No, you should be doing that. Anyway, I'll let you keep going.
And then last but not least, we cannot leave points on the board. This has happened way too much. Kind of like you were talking earlier. We're not finishing.
Yep.
If we're getting in the red zone, get a touchdown. I know it's the NFL. It's not always going to happen. But if that doesn't happen, make the field goal.
Yeah.
Blake Grupe has not been great.
Oh, my God.
We've left points on the board.
Dude.
Whether it's end zones or red zones that we're not getting in the end zone, or we're getting past the 50 and we're not kicking field goals.
Yeah.
We're leaving points on the board.
You cannot leave meat on the bone, especially against teams that are better than you. And most teams, newsflash, are better than the New Orleans Saints. So
they don't have the talent to play this far from behind. It's
no,
impossible.
No, I totally agree with you. And I think that if the New Orleans Saints, I keep revisiting the Week 2 matchup, how different would that a game had they connected on that Chris Olave touchdown?
Blake Grupe makes
How different would they have been if Blake Grupe missed or made his field goal? It's frustrating. I'm with you. I like these keys to victory. If you have a key to victory that you want us to know, get in the comment section, share your thoughts, and drop your score predictions as well. We're going to give you our score predictions here in just 1 second, but we're going to give you an opportunity to sound off. Saints at Seahawks, Lumen Field. I'm going to give you my score prediction, and then Lopez, I'll give you a chance to say yours. I'm going to go with the Seahawks winning 28-21. I pride myself in being a diehard fan. I pride myself in being optimistic about this team, but I also pride myself in being real and keeping it 100. And so I'm never, ever going to waver from what I believe to be true. My opinions can change. That is life. I think right here, right now, at the time of filming this video, the New Orleans Saints will not win this matchup. What about you, Lopez? I see you also have a similar sentiment.
When we roll in here on Sunday, I'm going to be going for the Saints 100%. Do I think they win? No. Do I think they keep it close? Yes. We talked about this last Sunday. The Saints are going to be a heart attack team. I think in this 24-20 loss that I'm predicting, they're going to get another chance at a game-winning drive.
I really like that. The heart attack team makes total sense. Both of these one-possession losses. I see the live chat already going, I can't believe you picked against us. Hey,
we're cheering for them.
I'm rooting for them. I want to win, but I'm a realist, and I'm going to keep it real. I just don't think we are.
I'd love to roll in here on Sunday and watch the Saints win by 100.
Hand to God, I would love to be wrong. Yeah, I would love to be wrong. How great would it be, Lopez, to see the Saints win 40-0, 50-3? How awesome would that be? It would be amazing.
I'd love it.
But I'm not. I just don't see a world. I don't think it's going to happen. A lot of people flaming me in my live chat. It be like that. If you disagree, feel free to get in the comment section. Tell me how dumb I am. But I'm here to tell you, I think that Lopez and I might be right at the end of the day. Now, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us live on Saints Now by Chat Sports. We will be going live on the channel 1 hour before kickoff. Actually, it'll be 1 hour and 5 minutes because game starts at 3:05 Central Time. We'll be live at 2 p.m. Central Time. We will see you guys there. Pre-game show, live watch party, play-by-play, all that fun stuff. And then afterwards, we'll get into our post-game content as well. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. For my guy, Loco Lopez, y'all stay golden, and we'll see you next time.